And he's also in an industry which, unlike, let's say, soaps, for instance, every few years the technology is ripped apart. You have to start from scratch. If you are caught napping, then you are pretty much obliterated. And there are many examples that have become cliches in business journals and MBA colleges. Now, how does he prepare? How does he track the next wave? You talked about he talking about driverless cars when they were science fiction, maybe, or but how does it? Because semiconductor business is a ruthless business, isn't it?
Yes. Well, what happens is basically you can just think of each process node or each next generation of semiconductor manufacturing as like a new hand at the poker table. And whatever happened in the last hand doesn't matter anymore. You've got a new hand because you have to really almost reinvent the product in terms of the number of components that are going to be on it. It's going to be like, 3 or 4 times more than it was last time. And you have to actually reinvent the entire manufacturing process each 3 or 4 years. It's like they got to rip out the printing machines and put in new ones. I mean, it's crazy to think about this industry. And as a result, being on top in one cycle is not a guarantee that you would be on top in the next cycle. Not at all. In fact, it's easy to come in last in the next cycle, even if you weren't first in the previous one. So this is really a tough business. And Andy Grove, the former CEO of Intel during the period when Intel was very successful, entitled his book, Only the Paranoid Survive. And Jensen has really taken that to heart. Remember, I said he's neurotic. He's completely terrified that Nvidia will fail. And this is actually what I think motivates him. This is what he spends most of his time thinking about, is the what's going to make Nvidia fail, why Nvidia won't be on top, rather than what's going to make them succeed. And this is what drives so much of what he does. And his fear of failure, look, he's got big competitors, AMD, Intel, Google makes its own chips, Huawei, big competitors. He's also got little competitors, right? Little guys who want to be the next Jensen, more startups who are looking to innovate and kind of chisel away at him from below.
Yeah.